The struggle for naval dominance, Athens versus Sparta. Title: The struggle for naval dominance, Athens versus Sparta. Introduction. The rivalry between Athens and Sparta during ancient Greece's Golden Age was marked by political, economic, and cultural conflicts. One of the most significant aspects of this struggle was the battle for naval dominance. Both city-states recognized the strategic value of dominating the seas and employed different approaches to achieve superiority. This article delves into the naval strategies of Athens and Sparta, highlighting their strengths, weaknesses, and the ultimate impact on their respective powers. Athens, the dominant naval power. Athens, with its vast empire and strong naval tradition, emerged as the leading maritime power. The Athenians pioneered the development of a formidable fleet known as the trireme. Triremes were swift, maneuverable, and highly effective in naval warfare. Equipped with bronze-clad battering rams, these warships exhibited the Athenians' naval prowess. The Athenian strategy revolved around the physical strength and expertise of their navy. They bolstered their fleet by raising revenue from the Delian League, a maritime alliance formed to counter Persian threats. Athens utilized this wealth to construct and maintain a formidable navy that commanded respect across the Aegean Sea. The Athenian navy further solidified its power through the establishment of naval bases, such as the famous fortified port of Piraeus. This strategic positioning allowed Athens to control the supply routes and exert its influence on trade. Additionally, the navy became an important tool for projecting power, as demonstrated during the Athenian expeditions to Sicily and Egypt. Sparta's limited naval capability. In stark contrast to Athens, Sparta lacked a robust navy due to its land-focused military culture. Spartan society revered martial skills and focused heavily on land-based warfare, considering naval matters secondary. As such, they had neither the naval tradition nor the logistical capabilities to build and maintain a naval force to rival Athens. Sparta's approach to the maritime struggle involved forming alliances with naval states such as Corinth, Syracuse, and Persia in attempts to counterbalance Athens' naval dominance. However, these alliances often proved unstable, as they were forged out of necessity rather than shared interests or common goals. The impact of the Peloponnesian War. The simmering tensions between Athens and Sparta eventually culminated in the Peloponnesian War, 431 to 404 BCE, a conflict that raged on land and sea. While Athens initially held the upper hand utilizing its superior navy, victory ultimately eluded them due to a combination of factors, including the plague of Athens and the loss of allies. Sparta recognized the importance of neutralizing Athens' naval advantage and sought outside assistance from Persia. The Persians provided financial backing and naval support, enabling Sparta to assemble a formidable fleet commanded by the Persian admiral Pharnabazus. The involvement of Persia largely nullified Athens' once dominant naval position and turned the tide in favor of Sparta. The end of Athenian naval supremacy. After a protracted war, Athens was finally defeated in 404 BCE, effectively ending its reign as the preeminent naval power. The loss had profound consequences as Athens' empire crumbled, its fleet reduced to a mere 12 triremes, and its naval tradition was irreversibly damaged. The significance of this outcome extended beyond Athens' defeat. It marked the end of an era where naval power and maritime supremacy were central to a state's authority and prosperity in the ancient world. Sparta's triumph highlighted the strength of land-based forces and the vulnerabilities associated with over-relying on naval dominance. The struggle for naval dominance between Athens and Sparta during ancient Greece's Golden Age was a critical aspect of their rivalry. Both city-states recognized the strategic importance of controlling the seas and implemented different strategies to achieve supremacy. This article explores the naval strategies of Athens and Sparta, focusing on their strengths, weaknesses, and the ultimate impact on their powers. Athens, with its vast empire and strong naval tradition, emerged as the leading maritime power. They pioneered the development of the trireme, a formidable warship. These triremes were swift, maneuverable, and equipped with bronze-clad battering rams, showcasing Athens' naval prowess. The Athenian strategy emphasized their navy's physical strength and expertise. They financed their fleet through the Delian League, a maritime alliance created to counter Persian threats. This wealth enabled Athens to construct a powerful navy and exert influence over the Aegean Sea. The establishment of strategic naval bases like Piraeus further solidified Athens' dominance by controlling supply routes and trade. The Athenian navy also served as a tool for projecting power during expeditions to Sicily and Egypt. In contrast, Sparta, with its land-focused military culture, lacked a robust navy. Spartan society prioritized martial skills and land-based warfare, considering naval matters of secondary importance. Thus, they lacked the naval tradition and logistical capabilities to rival Athens. Sparta attempted to counterbalance Athens' naval dominance by forming alliances with naval states like Corinth, Syracuse, and Persia. However, these alliances often proved unstable, driven by necessity rather than shared interests or common goals. The simmering tensions between Athens and Sparta eventually led to the Peloponnesian War, 431 to 404 BCE, a conflict spanning land and sea. Athens initially held the upper hand with its superior navy, but factors like the plague of Athens and loss of allies contributed to their eventual defeat. Sparta realized the need to neutralize Athens' naval advantage and sought assistance from Persia. With Persian financial backing and naval support, Sparta assembled a formidable fleet led by the Persian admiral, Pharnabazus. The involvement of Persia effectively nullified Athens' naval supremacy and turned the tide in favor of Sparta. After a prolonged war, Athens was ultimately defeated in 404 BCE, marking the end of their reign as the preeminent naval power. The consequences were significant as Athens' empire crumbled, their fleet was reduced to a mere 12 triremes, and their naval tradition suffered irreversible damage. This outcome had broader implications, signaling the end of an era in which naval power and maritime supremacy were paramount in the ancient world.